Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. We have Raducanu versus Janice Tjen for the second round of the US Open 2025 tournament. I'm really looking forward to getting into this one. I'm just gonna let you guys know now, if you haven't heard of Janice Tjen, we're gonna talk about her because she is a really exciting player. And I didn't know much about her until this tournament, but I have to say, I'm liking what I'm seeing in terms of her game. I really am. She's only 23 as well, so just a year older than Raducanu. They've never played before, and I think this is going to be a potential banana skin for Raducanu, and it should be a really exciting match to watch, so definitely tune in if you can. Before we do get into the matchup, of course, remember to that like button, do subscribe if you're new, and do leave a rating or review if you're listening on a podcast platform. Okay, as I mentioned, the head-to-head is 0-0. Janice Tjen is from Indonesia. You don't see many Indonesian players, of course, around, and I absolutely just love the fact that we have so many different people, so many different players from around the world competing on the biggest stages in tennis. Her ranking is 100, and I think she is ranked 149 right now, which is very different to the 36 where Raducanu is ranked right now. And her career high is 147, Raducanu's is 10, of course, no surprises there. But let's talk about their route to this stage, and we can also talk a little bit about their previous matches, because there's something, for me anyway, when watching Janice Tjen, which I just thought, wow, in terms of her style. So she beat Lepchenko, Trolinska, and then Aito, who was the third seed in qualifying, to make it to the main draw. Aito is a very, very exciting player, slice and dices it, and that was actually a very big shock for a lot of people that she got beaten by Janice Tjen, who qualified for qualifying and wasn't seeded in qualifying though. She came through as unseeded player in qualifying. Then beat Kudermetova 6-4, 4-6, 6-4. Kudermetova's been playing some really good tennis recently, so that was a fantastic win. And Raducanu might have been thinking, well, great, I don't have to play Kudermetova in the second round. Fantastic. This is going to be an easy matchup, but actually, I don't think it's going to be after watching her play against Kudermetova. I was really impressed with her game. And let's talk about that a little bit. So, in terms of her style, she's got a pretty big serve. She's very forehand centric. So the way that she plays actually is very similar to a lot of the ATP players, if I'm being honest. A lot of high topspin on the forehand, tries to hit as many forehands as possible. And the backhand, she slices a lot. Generally a pretty good knife-like slice, but a lot of the times when the ball's getting high on her, she slices as well. A la like a Dan Evans, even. She comes to the net a lot as well. And interestingly, she came to the net. This is crazy how many times she came to the net. She came to the net 30 times in the 3 sets. That's 10 times on average in that matchup against Kudermetova, 120 of those points. You don't see those types of stats much on the women's tour, people rushing the net. Of course, you have players like a Caroline Garcia or a Muchova, or in the past, Ash Barty, but it's not that common on the WTA tour, so that's a really great thing to see. She also won 72% of first serve points won, the 3 aces, 4 double faults. Look, I mean, you have to watch her play to understand how exciting she could be to watch. She's just, the way that she comes and transitions to net, the slice, the forehand, she can in different ways. After watching her against Kudermetova, I'm a fan. Raducanu, she was very convincing in her first round match, beat Shibahara, who is a qualifier as well, and beat her 6-1, 6-2. Very convincing win for Raducanu. Very clean performance. 73% of first serves in, 82% of first serve points won, 67% of second serve points won. Really good from her there. And very clean off the ground. 7 winners, 6 unforced errors. Net points won 71%, but only came to net 7 times. She put in a very polished display, and she's going to have to put in another really good performance, I think, against Janice Tjen. I really do think so, because this is going to be a tough matchup. She plays a tough game, and I actually think that slice could be a real issue for Raducanu. She doesn't slice the best, Raducanu, in honesty. And normally you slice the slice. She might hit that backhand, but she has to then find, I think, either good depth or angle on the cross court to avoid getting really attacked by the backhand slice, which is how Janice Tjen uses it a lot. She doesn't just use it as a variety tool. She uses it very aggressively, like an Ash Barty used to. If I was Raducanu, I would look at Janice Tjen's game and think, you know what? In the ad corner exchange, as soon as we get into an ad court battle, I'm going to use a lot of variety and not necessarily the slice, but actually utilizing the backhand lob, going higher with a lot of topspin, trying to get high onto that backhand wing and either forcing Janice Tjen to hit a topspin or flatter backhand and get over that ball, or if she wants to slice, then fine, but she's going to have to slice at shoulder height. It's not going to be as potent. It's going to float. It gives Raducanu the opportunity to get round that ball and hit an into-in or into-out forehand aggressively. In the forehand to forehand, it's going to be interesting. Janice Tjen hits really aggressively, and what Raducanu is going to have to try and avoid is getting into backhand to into-out forehands exchanges with Janice Tjen, who runs around the backhand a lot and tries to utilize that forehand. What that does mean though, when it does open up for Raducanu, is the backhand line, which is one of her best shots. So if she's able to at least stick in that rally and ensure that she's at least staying neutral so Janice Tjen's not able to attack that backhand wing and push her backwards, get her to defend, then she can potentially get opportunities to go line into the open court and either hit winners, hit forced errors, or at least get on the front foot and potentially then come to net to finish. The serve return dynamic is going to be important. I think for Raducanu, she's one of the best returners on tour, as I've mentioned a lot of times. The stats did back it up in the past. I think she's dropped off a little bit statistically on return, but still one of the best, in my opinion, top 10 on tour. And that's going to be really important in this matchup because Janice Tjen, as I mentioned, has good serve stats. She's got a very solid first serve, pretty big. If she can apply pressure on that, then you start to see less first serves made. You start to see her second guessing, trying to go for more of the +1. So I think Raducanu just needs to go, I think going deep down the middle against Janice Tjen is going to be really important on return. I think to just rush her and get to neutral straight away, push her back, induce errors, and then really be aggressive off the ground. Raducanu doesn't want to engage in rallies where Janice Tjen is able to take advantage. The one thing I noticed against Shibahara was her depth was lacking at times, so she'll need to pick that up, because if it's lacking, then that really leaves it open to the backhand slice being, being an attacking weapon used against her, and then also that forehand, she can really whip it with a lot of spin, which Raducanu won't enjoy having to defend against a lot. Prediction-wise, look, it's a tough one. I honestly think it's going to be a tough matchup for Raducanu after watching Tjen in action. I'm going to go Raducanu in 3 sets. I just think it's not going to be plain sailing. I'm pretty impressed with what I've seen from Tjen. And I think if she's able to replicate the level that she did against Kudermetova, she has a pretty good chance. I'm going to stick with Raducanu though, with her obviously a lot more experience at this highest level, but also I think she's been playing some good tennis. I think she's been serving well, and that's going to put her in a really good position. So Raducanu in 3 sets. Let me know in the comment section below what you think and why. Thanks very much, guys. Stay safe and well, and we'll see you in the next video.